It never went live. Hang on. Oh, there we are. We
We're
are
live. We're live.
Look at that. There's Batman John. It was like for a second. It was like go live. Like, wait, what? We already went live. There's 7 people watching us as it is.
Wow.
Look, guys, Dan's smiling. That's amazing. It's Monday. It's 8 o'clock, and if it's Monday at 8 o'clock, it's normally MMC's Nerd World News. But tonight, we're too tired.
It's been a long time.
It has been a long weekend, and we are. We're here to talk a little bit about what we just went through, and a little bit about where we're going to be going. And we have the Hale and Hardy young man to my what side is he on? He's on my left. Is he on my left? I don't know. He's there.
I'm
here. Dan. Hello, Dan.
Hello, guys.
How you feeling, man?
Are you FC3 or is somebody else FC3?
Probably Ann.
I'm Dan. Just Dan.
All right. So yeah.
It's either Ann or Deanna.
Yeah, Ann or Deanna. We'll find out soon enough. But hey, Jeff, good to see you. Eileen, Kels, Jason's on board. Good to see you guys. So we're really not going to be doing much tonight. We're just chilling out a little bit. We're exhausted. We've had a great weekend. It's easy, Dana.
FC3 is not Ann.
All right, so it must be Deanna then. We came, we saw, we kicked its ass pretty much. That's basically the long and the short of it at this point.
I thought we were just done talking about Dan's ass.
That was kind of punny, wasn't it?
You're always going to talk about my ass. So come on.
So,
did you get any sleep today?
On and off, I dozed. How about you guys?
I managed to finally crash out about 11 o'clock last night, and then woke up to a shock at 11:30 when Juno started throwing up all over the bed.
Oh, geez.
Yeah. So, I was up until midnight getting that cleaned up. And as a matter of fact, I still haven't thrown that blanket back into the dryer yet. Mm-hmm. And then I was up at 4 o'clock in the morning so I could get John O'Hurley's agent Howard to the airport.
Right.
Agent Howard. Anyway, we got him to the airport, and he was really cool. We had a nice chat with him. Where's the orange? Oh, there it is. I was leaning on that.
Oh, hold on. Here, let me move over just a little bit. There you go.
Yeah, I need as much support as I can get right now.
And then so Chris sent me a text message a little after 5, said, okay, Howard's at the airport. I'm like, oh, perfect. And then I'm like, I'm an idiot. We had Arthur and John O'Hurley leaving both at 9 o'clock, and I was picking up both of them, but I totally neglected to remember that Arthur had a golf bag full of his merchandise and things like that.
There's a couple of comments we're going to get to, so as soon as you're done with your anecdote.
That wouldn't fit into my car, so I'm like, Chris, I'm an idiot. I don't know what to do. And he's like, I'll meet you at the hotel at 9. So he went back to the hotel at 9. And then we went back at 11 to get our favorite aunt and uncle, Steve
Iloa and Trina
Robbins, and then Austin St. John. So they went to the train station, and Austin St. John went to the airport. Deanna is FC3, and we have some comments.
Let me get to the comments. My neighbor Eileen, I thought there was going to be FC3 merch at the con. We had a little storefront in the building's gift shop. It was around the corner from the concession area, across from the panel room field. And that was on Saturday. On Sunday, we moved it out to the concession stand counter. And as FC3 points out, we were there. We have leftovers. And if you message us and let me know what you might want, why am I looking here? I'm looking at the camera at the comments section. The camera's over here. Hello, people.
We're tired.
Eileen, let me know what you might be interested in. T-shirts, keychains, beer cozies, things like that. We do have stuff available to you.
And we can custom make stuff.
We can custom make stuff. We now have some of the equipment to start doing a lot of our own things. So that was a thing. Oh, man, I feel like a truck hit us. Yes. Yes, that's typically the day after convention. But we have young Miss Brittany Cole here. It was my first Comic-Con. It was awesome. Thank you so much. Everyone loved my Coraline costume. We literally threw it together before getting there on Saturday. So thank you so much.
Sometimes that's the best
And I saw that one. Yeah, that was wonderful. I saw that was a great costume. Jess is on board. Hello, Jess. Back to Brittany real quick. Brittany, if it was your first Comic-Con, just wait. It's going to get better. And we want your input on things that you would like to see going forward. So we'd be happy to kind of tailor things to see if we can make things a little bit better for you. Right. Jessica's on board. Hi, how's your hand feeling, honey? We want to know that. Peter's here. Hey, Peter, good to see you, buddy.
James said tables are evil.
Yes, tables are indeed evil.
Yeah,
Sierra,
no
hello.
kidding.
And Sierra, the Eggman, as always, loved it. You did great
Yeah.
job with that. Hello to you too, young lady. And good to see everybody. We had a great time. Looking forward to the next one. So are we. Hey, do we have any information about the next one yet?
We're
Not
starting,
official yet.
we're in talks.
Okay. We have things that we're in talks about. We have nothing set in stone yet.
We're hoping for around the same time next year.
Yeah.
We're putting ideas down on paper.
Yes.
We're going to be somewhere in the ballpark of September, probably 24, 25 of 2022. So somewhere in that vicinity at the moment. But you know, as they say in boxing matches, card subject to change
Yes.
as always. So let's see. We need a Doctor Who booth both next year. We're looking to buy Doctor Who stuff. That's depending entirely on the vendors that apply, man. If we don't control that, we if we can recruit somebody, we will. But typically, the vendor
we used to have, she stopped doing it. So
yeah.
Our main one, yeah.
Yeah, I remember Heather. Yeah,
Yeah,
so it's
we've
not
all
like
been-
it's not like we turned it down. It's just that nobody stepped up. That's the bottom line on that one. And Batman John's bummed that he couldn't make it. We were bummed.
We
he
were
couldn't be
bummed.
there. John, I did get an autograph from Austin St. John and from Al Snow for you. So I'll make sure to get those in the mail this weekend and get those down to you. I was telling Al Snow about you, buddy. And as soon as we mentioned that you were having a hard time getting up here, that you're still convalescing after your health issues, he was just like, oh, tell me what you want. Here, boom, here you go. So he was all in to help you out there, man. All right. So Cheeseman James, the location was fantastic. Yeah, absolutely. We have, I will be honest, I was a little reticent about the Total Sports Experience. Stop that. That's not nice. That's not fair. But but when I started seeing everything set up and I started seeing how everything fit together, man, I tell you, I was sold on the place. Definitely, it is working for us, and we have a lot of room to grow. So that's going to be a lot of fun there. It's the second con I've been at. It was fun. Yeah, well, I'm glad you had a good time, neighbor. That's awesome.
That was the atmosphere all weekend.
Everybody was having an
fun.
absolute blast. It's the first ever Comic-Con I've ever attended, and these are memories that will last a lifetime. We agree. All right, let's see here. As an FC3 artist, I'll make some Doctor Who stuff. There you go. See, look at that. Outstanding.
Round of applause.
See, that's how we work. We find the things that see a need, fill a need.
Maybe we can convince Expanded Universe Design to do some of that.
Okay. My son would like someone there to certify autographs. It's his only negative. Well, guess what? Tough luck. Too bad. No, I'm kidding. We can work that out. We can figure it out.
Usually, but we couldn't get someone this year for whatever reason. I know Brian's working that for next year. So
yeah, and we'll make sure that we get some of that stuff squared away. All right, let's see. The location was good, but hard for my table mate in a wheelchair to get around. Yeah, that's true. We're doing what we can to see if there's maybe some ways we can kind of get around that. But with the turf, it's probably just going to be more of a challenge. You know what would be good is if we got a hold of the guys that build the Daleks, maybe we can build her a Dalek and then she can go tooling around.
Actually, if she has a mobility scooter, then she could put the pig from like Minecraft over it and drive around with it.
That was very impressive.
They did something like that up at AnchorCon also. It was amazing.
That was cool.
I mean, you could do it like a little Millennium Falcon or something.
We got a big comment here. Let's see what Brittany L says. Thank you. And honestly, it was great what I would love to try and see if more people with more bags, as we had to take a couple trips out to the car to drop stuff off. Other than it was great. I enjoyed myself, and my friend I was with, we came from 2 hours away. We live in Pulaski, New York. It was great. And thank you on the costume comment. You are very welcome. And Pulaski, you came all the way from Pulaski to join us. Thank you.
That's up north, right? So, that's heading up towards like Canton, Clayton area.
I believe so. I'm not sure. Let's see. Peter's like, my daughter loved meeting Elsa and Anna. Absolutely. They're always fun. Has anyone gone to RIT Snowfest? Has anyone going to RIT Snowfest when it shows up? I'm not sure. I mean, I tried to go in the past, but I haven't had an opportunity.
Didn't we table
we tabled at Snowfest, I think in 17.
Because I remember it was cold.
Yeah, it was. John O'Hurley was so nice.
He was.
It was one of my favorite panels to interview, and I had fun with him and Austin St. John. Al Snow I did an interview with. They were a lot of fun. John O'Hurley, and I don't know if anybody was in the panel with me. I told these guys the anecdote already, so they've heard this. But John O'Hurley, for the past 20 years on Thanksgiving Day, is one of the commentators and MCs for a dog show. And he doesn't know, to this day, he admits he has no idea how he managed to stumble into this type of a project, but he got into it. And so here he is in one of the first years he's doing it. And here's this old English sheepdog. And he will go on to tell you an old English sheepdog is 80 pounds of fur and 2 pounds of dog. So it's just this, it's basically a hair golem, right? Moving around. And so the judge walks up to the dog, starts checking the dog out. He's poking around and checking the dog out. And John goes, well, he had his color commentator. What's going on right now? Well, they're checking out the dog. That's great. Well, he's checking out the back end of the dog, making sure that the stance is good, the hips are in place, and everything. He goes through a whole technical list of things that they're looking for in the stance of the animal. And then after a few moments, the judge works his way up to the other end of the dog and starts looking around through the hair, looking through the fur, checking things out. And John O'Hurley, in his infinite wisdom, says, "Well, what's he doing now?" And the color commentator says, well, they're looking for the eyes. They're looking to see the alertness of the dog, the intent, how the shape of the face of the dog. And then John, and again, in his infinite wisdom, goes on to say, well, if he goes through all that fur and finds only one eye, he's at the wrong end of the dog. And I was cracking up. It's like my favorite story of the weekend. Well, probably not my favorite, but it's up there. It was up there.
He was so nice.
He's so generous with, once he feels like he's like aloof, like he's distant from you, but then you engage him and boom, you're like the most important person in his world at that moment in time.
I have one criticism.
Tell me.
He's a Boston Red Sox fan.
Hey, now that actually is appealing to me. That's appealing to me. What are you talking about?
I said I have the criticism.
Right here.
I know.
What's this right here?
That's what I said. I have the criticism, and I bought it. So.
Yes, I don't want to hear it. All right. Brittany is going on to confirm, yes, in the middle of Syracuse and Watertown area, literally right in the middle of both areas. Well, we appreciate you coming all the way in from Pulaski to join us, and we look forward to seeing you again next year on that one. Let's see what we got. James Irish. Hi, gang. I may not be in broadcast shape. I'm here to comment. Good. All right. James is on board.
We're not in broadcast shape either.
There's Sean. Evening.
Thank you, Sean, for all of your security detail.
I have to run, but thank you for your hospitality towards Emerald Empire Detachment. We enjoyed it. Hey, Emerald Empire, we loved having you guys on board and looking forward to working with you on some stuff in the future. You guys were a lot of fun.
They kept an eye on me every time I went by a Baby Yoda.
I wonder why. Bumblebee says, hi, the con was awesome, plenty of space, and thank goodness for the ramp to the vendor stairs. The stairs are the bee's enemy.
and I really thought that when they were doing the kids cosplay parade, that you were going to go down right coming off the turf onto the concourse. I was so afraid because I think your toe hit something and you stumbled for a second. I'm like, oh no, Bumblebee down. Hold on.
Yeah, that was a great
can you tell us how long it took for you to actually build that costume from the moment you started to the moment you started being able to wear? I mean, you've got drywall stilts in there, I'm assuming. But yeah, that costume was phenomenal. We really
he took a year or something from
a year. Holy cow, I can't believe it.
It was his pandemic project.
And we appreciate you coming and sharing that with us, man. That was big time. That was a lot of cool.
Yeah, it was
very
amazing.
A lot of cool. All right, so let's see. Sending thanks to Tanya for drafting me into helping Austin St. John during the con. He's an amazing and entertaining human being. Yeah, I'm glad you had a lot of fun with that one, man. That was good. That's good stuff. Yeah, James, Jason, George, Jimmy, John.
Whatever he answers to.
Juniper.
Volunteer minion.
No, he's not the minion because he's too small. Or he's not small enough to be a minion.
No, he doesn't have the yellow shirt on.
That's it. See, we had minions.
We did have minions.
Took 1 year and yes, on stilts. All right, sometimes Jimmy. I'm going to call him Juniper for now. That's a thing. Dan, what are some of your thoughts? What you have been the business brain of us since we got together in the first place. How are you feeling about how everything went?
I think it went very well. I mean, I'm very pleased. I mean, obviously a new venue. We had no idea exactly what we were getting into, how it would work, and I'm very excited it worked out as well as it did. So,
I'm hoping that some of the food trucks talk to some of the other food trucks that they would.
That was impressive.
That they will contact TSC again or whatever. Say, yeah, we'll find people to work for us because, damn.
Yeah, that was amazing.
And I hope they have more food too, so they stock up.
Yeah, no kidding.
We had a full-on food court back there. That was amazing. Yeah, Sierra sums it up best. What a weekend. I mean, that was just amazing.
Exhausted. My legs are killing me.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, and that's with the turf cushioning our steps, man.
Oh, I know.
Did you have a pedometer working on your phone?
Yes, I had 8 miles on Friday, which I can't figure out how I got the 8 miles on Friday because I felt like I walked more on Saturday than I did Friday.
Mhm.
So 8 on Friday, 6 on Saturday, and I want to say that was 3 yesterday because we weren't there as long. Hold on, let me pull up my yesterday stats.
I pushed almost I almost did a marathon, Dan. I got to almost 26 miles through the weekend.
Nice.
So
No.
it took me 3 days to do it.
Yeah, 5.3 on
That's awesome. Look
Sunday.
at this. Absolutely wiped from vending, but boy, did I have a ton of fun. That's the
Awesome.
key right there.
I'm
That is
glad you
awesome.
had fun.
Love
That's
hearing
good.
it. Thank you for
We
that.
Yeah.
want everybody to have
So-
fun who goes, so that's good.
So 8 and 6 is 14. I had 19.3 miles over the weekend.
I think it was it was like 23, I think, for me over in the overall.
James goes, I saw a Chris Frank jig live or jog live.
Jig, because I was there were times because this was the first time we had background music on the vendor floor. I don't know if we've ever done that before.
I think
No, it's just the way they positioned everything. It worked out that way. So
Yep. And so there were times I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna just do the thing. I'm like,
Mhm.
yeah.
I thought he meant I saw Chris Frank jog live.
Yep, I did that too.
Because we did do that. We did see that.
At the end when she got to drive the Impala out for
Oh my-
experience, she got to drive Supernatural Baby.
Oh, that's why I'm
There it is.
wearing
She
my
got her
Supernatural shirt on today.
right?
And thank you
That was fun.
to Experience Entertainment, Jim and Kim, that allowed me to drive the Impala out.
Yeah.
that was crazy.
It was
They
crazy.
must really love us to do that, boy.
And when they were loading in, I'm like, oh, I'm just goofing off. I'm like, hey, can I drive the Impala? And Jim's like, sure, Kim's not here. Whatever she doesn't know doesn't hurt me. I'm like, yes. And so when she got here, I'm like, Jimmy said I could drive the Impala. She goes, okay, go ahead.
Look, I got my Samulet from them.
I know you did. So I'm like, on Saturday, I'm like, I got to get pictures in the TARDIS. I got to get pictures in the Impala. I'm like, we've had 4 cons initially. This is our 5th one. I haven't been able to do anything. And then all of a sudden, we're breaking everything down. I'm like, oh, son of a gun.
Yeah.
So I was coming from the green room and I saw that some of the Experience Entertainment stuff was still up. And I dropped whatever I had near the bathrooms and I went booking across the soccer field. I'm like, can I get a picture in the Impala now? And Kim's like, absolutely. And then I did some stuff and came back. I'm like, can I really drive the Impala out? They're like, yeah, you can. So they're like, let Jimmy move it, swing it around. And so he reversed it and put it
across
away.
the field. Yeah.
I drove it across the
That was a lot
field
of fun.
out and things like that. It was just funny watching it because Chrissy's trying to keep up with me in the parking lot behind it.
I want to circle back to the music question because Morath here says the music was wonderful. I was dancing at my table all day, both days. That's great. Now, my question is this. We had avoided putting music on in the background because we'd heard from several vendors over the years that it was distracting and sometimes it could be overpowering and it kind of didn't really kind of add to the experience for them. So we kind of avoided it at first. So this is the first year we kind of embraced it, and I'm getting a positive review that it was really kind of a nice addition. Is this something that you see often on vendor floors for music? Is it, or hear often in this case? Is that something that you would like to continue experiencing going forward, having that background music on the vendor floor? Let us know. See what you have to say.
I think we had to watch the volume a lot because every so often he'd pump it up, or someone will pump it up louder.
Yeah.
Quiet it down because I know at Austin's table especially he had trouble hearing sometimes if the music got too loud or talking to the people.
Right.
But
Well, Austin,
I did try to keep the volume down on the DJ so it didn't overpower the floor, but that way it was low enough that they could hear it, but not so loud that it would, blow the vendors away type of thing. So
Austin had a portable speaker sitting next to him at his table anyway, so it was competing music from the 2 spaces.
And yeah, there was a fellow who had old time radio shows on CDs that he was selling, but he was parked right underneath one of the speakers, and so it was really making it difficult for him. And he was like, "No, I don't mind, but it's just like if this could be shut off, and I know it can't, but that's a thing." So, but we're just keeping an eye on that. I've experienced music being too loud, but I was all the way back towards the back, so it didn't bother us and didn't interfere with my speaking with customers. Okay, good. So as long as we're not interfering with people's operations, it should be okay to keep going with it in the future. That's kind of a thing. That's cool. And no, Sean, we're out of donuts. We ate them all.
No, he said, I think he meant no donuts, meaning me in the parking lot.
Oh, I see.
With the car.
No donuts with the car.
I told you, I don't
but
want
it leads into a great chance for us to say thank you to Tom Tran and Dunkin' Donuts for bringing a ton of donuts in to feed the volunteers
and coffee.
instead, and the coffee, which I don't normally drink coffee, but I desperately needed it Sunday, so I had a cup. But yeah, that's a thing.
Anne's jealous.
Anne's jealous because you got to play with the baby.
Yes, but she did send a picture to my mom, so my mom asked me, she's like, were you driving the Batmobile? I'm like,
there's a TikTok idea. Dan, there's a TikTok idea. You get the sound effect from Mandalorian where you have the old Imperial guy going, I'd like to see the baby, right? But then you do a snap over to the Impala instead, and you got Jim behind the wheel and he revs the engine. That would be amazing. I think that's something we got to figure out how to produce at this point now. So, do we have any scorecard stuff that we want to talk about for next year yet? Anything that any ideas that we want to talk about yet, or some just nascent concepts that we might have for the 2022 Flower City?
I think I need new sneakers.
You need new sneakers?
Better sneakers.
Well, you were wearing sandals for most of it, so yes.
Well, Friday and Saturday.
Yeah. How about you? I'm sorry, Dan. I talked over you there for a moment.
Too early to get too much into stuff, but yeah.
Too early?
Yeah.
Needless to say, we're considering it. I mean, we're already thinking, we're already planning, we're already throwing some ideas out. Also, whoever's on the FC3 board, thanks to Texas Barbecue for great lunch for our VIP guests. Absolutely.
And Wegmans for the sub tray.
James is just focused on the media side. Absolutely. Good stuff. Wegmans for the sub tray. Yeah. We had a lot of people to say thank you. Thanks for a wonderful con. Food trucks were delicious. People were very nice.
For the pizza.
Oh, Palermo's for the pizza.
Yeah.
Anne says hovercrafts for the directors. I think we just need our what did John Barrowman have in
the vortex manipulator?
Yeah, just so we could pop in wherever.
Ah! Was that Josh? Yep, I can hear his voice. That was Josh. Hello, Joshua.
He's in cosplay.
He's finally appearing on camera, but he has to wear a mask to do it. I see how that works. Let's see that handsome face of yours, little man.
This is probably all you're gonna see.
There's my face.
There is my face.
No, that's not it. You know what I meant, you goober nut. You're lucky you're cute, dude. That's all I gotta say. You're lucky
I'm
you're
ugly.
I'm ugly.
No, it's not. That's all right. Sierra is going to be dressing up as Prince Adam from Masters of the Universe. Oh, she's going to go for it. That's awesome. Looking for it. I know you've been working on that costume for a while, so I'm looking forward to seeing the product of that. That's awesome. Next year, I will be continuing my trend of being dressed as my favorite fantasy character, a human being that gets sleep.
Yeah.
And that doesn't happen.
A convention director that knows what's going on at all times. That's a fantasy character right there. So those are things that we're going to be dressing up as next week. Yeah, I agree. That'll definitely be amazing. That'll be absolutely amazing. Folks, as always, keep in touch with us. Let us know what you're thinking. Let us know what you're looking for.
Sorry, we're tired.
Yeah, we are whoopticated.
I have to go back to work tomorrow.
So do I. So do I. Dan, when are you heading back to work?
Tomorrow.
Really?
Getting to it? You're going to be working from home or are you going to be going to the office?
From home, yeah.
Okay.
So they're unlocking your account, right?
It's been a couple weeks for me out of work, so.
I came to return.
We love you guys. I'm telling you, we do this every year because, well, as every year as we can make it happen through a pandemic, because we love just hanging out with you and sharing what we've discovered in the previous 12 months. You know, things that we can learn and share, and we can all have some fun together.
Rochester needs a good, fun party that everyone can go to.
That's it. That's the stuff. So keep an eye on us. The multimedia team is going to be getting together in the next week or so, and we're going to start hashing out a plan to revive our podcasts and maybe do some more with Twitch and maybe even some stuff with TikToks. You never know. So the weirdness may just start getting weirder because at this point we're all getting older. Our filters for giving it we're starting to break down. So you never know what you're going to get with us. I'm telling you right now.
That's a good suggestion. Will you send that to us?
What's the suggestion?
Is there a way to get a space for artists or vendors to chill out for a break?
Oh, that's definitely a good idea. We've talked about that in the past. We've worked on a couple of ideas. We just haven't had the space for it in the past. But now with Total Sports Experience, we have some extra spaces. We might be able to see what we can come up with. There's something to consider.
Yeah.
So look at Dan's expression. He's already mulling it over. in his
Considering
head.
Trying to figure out where we could do it. I'm like,
I got some ideas.
James already got October planned for the gaming podcast. Fantastic.
we have to start planning for Monkey Business podcast.
Yep. RI Teens Halloween events will actually are happening as well. That's cool.
Nice.
Good to know at RIT Halloween
Mhm.
stuff. And but stick with us. Keep an eye on things. If you have questions, any comments, any suggestions, you feel free to let us know at any time. So we're going to go ahead and start wrapping things up. And oh, wait a minute, we got one more comment in here. I'd like to give a shout out to Andy and Ian for crazy amount of help moving things.
Ian,
Absolutely.
Matthew, Andy, Jessica,
Everybody.
James,
Everybody who
every-
helped.
Tommy.
Tom Tran and his
and
buddy. I can't remember his
I
friend's
don't know
name.
his friend's name
I'm
either,
so bad.
but
I feel bad about that.
and absolutely the TSC staff. I mean, I'm like,
TSC staff were badass. Oh my God, those guys were
I
amazing.
forgot his name initially. I'm like, golf cart guy.
Golf cart guy.
I'm like, would you be able to drive the bins of tablecloths out to our cars because they're just too heavy to drag? And he's like, sure.
Yeah.
And so that was amazing. So
All right. So at this point, we're going to go ahead and cruise out for the evening. All right. So
we're tired.
Tanya and I and James will be back for Nerd World News 1 week from today.
We will.
Yes, we will, as like clockwork.
I might have comics ready.
Because
Then.
the news continues to happen, whether we know it or not, whether we like it or not, it will continue to be news. And so we will be back and reporting to you the best with things that we find on the internet that you might find interesting. That's our catchphrase. So keep in touch. Let us know what you're thinking. Find us on Facebook. Find us on Twitter. Find us. Okay, here we go. Follow us. Find our Linktree, Mighty Monkey. Okay, so follow us on Twitter. Follow us on Instagram. Follow us wherever we go, and we will lead you to where the entertainment is. So for all of us at Mighty Monkey, we love you. We can't wait to see you again. Have a great week. Have a safe week. And we will talk to you again next week.
Dun,
Bye.
dun.